defended it all.
Well, I'm embarrassed by it.
No.
So
Golden At-Bat
I got to be
rule.
better.
No, it's all
The
right.
Golden At-Bat rule. This could change baseball as we know it. So the proposal, and this is simply a proposal that's floating around right now, would allow a team one time per game to send anyone up to the plate regardless of where they are in the order. The intent is to get stars more clutch at bats, put them in more prime time, big moment situation, just like at the end of a basketball game. You know, LeBron's going to have the ball. Mm-hmm. Well, sometimes you get Austin Hedges up in the bottom of the ninth. Sometimes you get Jose Ramirez. This would allow
Will he ever be used as the Golden At-Bat?
It's not finalized.
Think
how
about
this
Game
would
7 of the World
necessarily
Series. You could have brought in Francisco Lindor for Michael Martinez there.
Now,
exactly.
So I sent this article out yesterday. It was in the Wall Street Journal.
Yeah.
And I sent it around to the group chat.
Yeah.
And I'm glad no one discussed it, and I'm glad it became a topic. Can I try to guess which way they went?
Yeah,
Because I've talked myself
we have 10
into
minutes
the
and
fact
no
that
super
you would be
chats,
for it and against it, and I've talked myself into the fact that you would be for it and against it. But I've got to make a guess here.
Go ahead.
Go ahead.
My guess is going to be because you're dead inside,
Yes.
you're against it.
100%.
And you are for it.
Yes.
Got
Mike's a little strong when I say I'm for it. I'm open-minded
Open-minded
to it,
to
is
it.
how I would
Yeah.
say it.
This is
But
the
go ahead.
dumbest thing I've ever
No, I
It's
got to
so
tell
dumb.
you, when I first read it,
Yeah.
this all comes from, by the way, our friends down in Savannah.
Yeah,
the
but
Savannah
this is Banana Ball.
Yeah.
Now, I will say, when I first heard of it, I said, oh, that's novel, and it's fun for them.
Yeah.
Right.
You know, it would really give fans an interest. But after digging into it a little bit and realizing sometimes the traditional ideas are old and stale and need some revitalizing, baseball needs to, they've got to do something, guys. The demo is dying, as they say.
That's right.
It is dying. They've got to do something to reinvigorate the game and to bring younger fans to the table. Just for fun, I threw this out to a couple of younger people I know. Do you like this or hate it? Love it, love it, love it, love it. I also threw it out to some of people my age.
Oh, boy, not good.
Oh, my God, don't do it. I'll never watch again.
Oh, I saw Mike Francesa losing his mind about
Did
this.
he really?
Oh,
Okay.
He's like, I'm done with baseball if they do this.
So dumb.
So here's what I've noticed.
yeah.
What I've noticed is if the younger fans like it, I'm more open to it because they're the ones that we need to come to the game.
That's right.
And it was interesting. I've also thought about my own, like I am I used to be. I'm not anymore. I used to be old, stodgy, old man's traditional. When these changes that they've made recently,
I love them all.
I do too, but
Yeah.
I hated all of them when they were proposed.
Absolutely.
I
Same thing.
hated every single one of them. Now,
Yeah.
I do think it's interesting that you use a rule in the regular season that you do not use in the playoffs. I don't love
The
that.
runner at second?
Yeah.
It's dumb. I hate that.
Yeah. Now,
I
wait,
still
you hate it that they don't do it in the playoffs or that they do it in
they
regular
do it
season?
at all.
Okay.
You can't change the rules of the game just because it goes to
Why?
So, well, let me speak to
In
that.
other sports, they do.
I'll tell you why I
college
didn't
football.
like
Is
it.
dumb too.
The reason I didn't like it originally was because tradition. Like, you're changing a tenet of the game. Because now you're going to change the rule in the 10th inning that didn't exist in the 9th inning. I hate that. But then you see all of the data, all of the research. I hated the pitch clock. As a pitcher, I need to work at my speed. I couldn't love the pitch clock any more than
made
I
the
love
game
it.
Pitch
way
clock's
better.
awesome.
It
That's what saved the
has
game.
absolutely revolutionized baseball.
Yeah.
It has revolutionized
That's
it.
right.
Now, we need young people to come to the sport. We know young people have a shorter attention span.
That's right.
And how long is the baseball game going to go? Could go 4 hours.
And that
could go 2 hours.
When I go to a basketball game, I know pretty much within a few minutes exactly how long it's going to be.
100%.
Right?
You do.
And that's an advantage that basketball
so for me,
has.
Jason, I'm trying to convince you on this. The
Good luck.
reason I became okay with it if they did that in the playoffs, I would probably boycott the sport. I can't have that in a playoff game. So how can you do that in the regular season? Because you got 162 of them. They're not nearly as important as they are in the postseason. They all count, of course, but my time is important and precious to me, and as it is to young people. So I like the idea of speeding up the game. The idea of this Golden At-Bat. Now you add a new layer of strategy that has never been a part of Major League Baseball before.
Right. Yes.
And a guy like Juan Soto is worth even more money.
That's right.
A guy whose numbers are better in close and late suddenly becomes a commodity.
That's
like
right.
Jose Ramirez. Jose Ramirez is a great Monday through Friday hitter. But when the lights are on and the money's on the table, he has not been. So a guy
Well, in
like
the playoffs, he hasn't been.
but that's what I'm talking about.
To this point,
I
doesn't
have
mean
two
he won't.
different
Yeah.
monies. I have regular season money and I have postseason money.
Yeah.
And it's a good thing that Jose isn't coming up for a big contract renewal, because to me, Jose Ramirez is one of the best 1 to 162 players in the game today. But that does not translate to October for whatever reason.
Yeah, it
And
hasn't.
there's enough body of sample size.
Yeah.
So I love the idea of saying, you know what, Lane Thomas would look good here, and then all the pundits, the fans, and the media can chew over. Did he use the right guy?
Yeah.
Did he use it in the right spot? Maybe you use it in the 5th inning because you don't know if you're going to be back here again. Bases loaded,
That's right.
2 outs,
Jason,
and you got Alston Hedges coming up.
Why do you hate it? I mean, beyond the obvious. You're stuck in your old ways.
I'm fine.
He's dead inside.
Yeah.
I just think this is a horrible. First of all, the logistics of it. Okay, Yankees are gonna call up Juan Soto as the Golden At-Bat.
Yeah.
guy. If you're the Guardians and you don't have anybody warming up in the bullpen, now what? Like, does the pitcher have to? You can't change pitchers. You have to constantly be warming guys up in preparation.
No,
of
there's
this?
an addendum to the rule. If the pitching team chooses, they get 90 extra seconds, 120 extra seconds, an additional commercial break, whatever they need to get whatever pitcher they want ready. Because you're right, that would be a pop quiz that the other manager is not ready for.
Here's the thing, Jason. That's a bogus reason.
No, it's
No,
not.
it's a legit.
No,
listen,
you
it's a
don't like
legitimate
it
reason.
because it's too drastic a change to the game.
I don't like it because it's dumb.
But why? Why is it dumb? It's dumb because it's different. And that's how listen. I used to be just like you, old school baseball. I don't want to change.
I was always intrigued by the pitch clock. I never hated it. I always hated.
I did.
I hated runner on second.
I love runner on second. I think
hate
it's great.
it. I think
I
it's
love
dumb.
all of the changes. I
All
love
of
the
them.
bigger bases.
I love the
love
bigger bases
because it created more stolen bases.
Yeah.
I love banning the shift. I loved it.
I do too. Well, I was always anti-shift.
I'd go even further than they have.
Because give them a little, open, not just a line down the middle, but there's a zone. Now you got to change all the fields.
Right now they
and
can
chalk
stand
it.
close to the base. I don't even like that. I want them
I don't
further
either.
off.
I don't love that, but it's better than having 2 guys or 3 guys on the right side.
I love baseball, and if there's a change that's going to make the sport more popular or make it better, I'm okay. I'm open-minded to it.
Baseball has a marketing issue. They don't have a game issue. It's a marketing issue.
And
they
why-
fixed the game issue with the pitch clock.
And why? And what would help them? What's the problem with marketing baseball? One of the problems is that in basketball and football, their best players are always in the spotlight in the big moments. And in baseball, your best players are only in the spotlight when it's their turn. So this would give an opportunity for every team to put their best player in the spotlight in big moments.
I think it's some pretty big, memorable moments. Aaron Judge and Giancarlo Stanton and Juan Soto sure had some pretty big moments down the street.
Yes,
Well,
but
you know
now
what,
there'd be
they
even
turned-
more. There'd be another one.
Well, what's interesting about that is they created the moment by what they did, either good or bad. Like, the memorable moments in the playoffs are when the stars do star things,
Right.
and when the stars don't.
That's right.
And what you're going to get is more of those moments. You're
Yeah.
going to get, maybe you'll have, it's only going to happen once per game. But what it changed for me, I said, okay, I'm going to put myself in a situation where I'm now watching, and I'm going to say a playoff game. Now, there's all kinds of strategies. Do you use that the first time you get the bases loaded and there's 2 outs and you're at the bottom of the lineup?
Yeah.
Or do you save it for the 9th? Do you, how do you use it? When do you use it? Where do you use it? Which player do you select? Like, there's so many avenues for drama. Here's what baseball needs: more drama. They need it. And this presents an opportunity for them to instill that drama, manufactured or not, into the game. Another big moment. The article used as an example, imagine that Shohei Ohtani just hit a huge home run with 2 outs in the bottom of the 9th to tie the game. And coming up the bat for the Dodgers is Shohei Ohtani.
Oh, Jason would lose his mind.
Oh my God. But you'd watch that at bat just like you watch
be able
in the
to,
World
'cause I feel my
Baseball
shoes
Classic.
I
the
also
TV.
think baseball needs more offense. These terribly low batting averages are not good for the game.
Right.
And I want to see more, anything that's going to potentially create more scoring, to me, is good for the sport. Young people want to see scoring. They don't want to see pitchers' duels.
What's crazy,
they don't want,
too-
and part of the problem with baseball right now is there's so much specialization of the pitching that it's hard to get late inning rallies.
It is
because
hard.
there's so many hard-throwing pitchers.
Yeah.
The bullpen has become such a weapon.
Yeah.
Right. Well, you can counteract that a little bit by
yeah.
giving these managers this golden ticket. What's interesting is, so if, let's say Ohtani gets a bases clearing double.
Yeah.
And he's on second.
Well, now you have a ghost runner at second.
No, now you
No,
put a
I
pinch
have-
runner
I have
at
the
second.
fix- I
You
have
put
the
a pinch
fix for
runner.
this.
A ghost runner.
Can I throw out some silly
Ghost
ideas?
man on second.
Oh,
I'm
Mike,
up again.
Mike's got some great ideas.
That's
I have-
basically what we're.
I have some crazy ideas I want to implement, and I'll start with the one that plays right off that. So if that situation were to happen, there's two options.
Yeah.
One, each baseball team has to have someone over 350 pounds that becomes the pinch runner. So if Ohtani comes back
So
up,
I'd be the pinch
Okay, now
runner for
you're
the
going
Guardians.
absurd and clowning.
No,
I'd
these,
be-
yeah, these are all absurd. And
So
crazy.
I'm
Or-
pinch running for the Guardians.
Yes, and think how
Shit, you know what? I got to tell you, I'd
Yeah.
watch that. I would
My
never
point.
turn the channel.
my point.
I would never turn the channel.
Or they get to pick someone from the stands. They can pick anyone from the stands that has to become the pinch runner on second. Second option.
What if the other team got to pick?
No, the other team does. The other team
Oh,
picks. Yeah, yeah,
They've
yeah.
just got to be. They've got to be 18. That's the only qualification.
So the saying would say the fat lady hasn't sung yet from the fat lady hasn't run yet.
What
It
if
could
what
be-
if what if the opposing team gets to pick for
Yeah, that's
you?
what
Yeah, no,
Mike
that's
said.
what I'm
the
saying.
opposing team
Yeah,
picks.
you go in the stands and you go, I'll have you.
Yep.
Yeah,
You have
I'll
to
take
run
that
for them.
blind guy over there. Let's go.
Yep, it counts. It would also make the game more fun. You never know if you were going to get picked.
Yeah.
I've already told you guys about my idea to put some body of water in the outfield. It can be as big or little as you want.
Yeah, that
I told
is
you guys
absurd.
that one.
Yeah,
I
there's all
think
kinds of injury risks with that.
It could also make A.J. Lloyd the most valuable left field prospect in the history of America as a elite swimmer and baseball player. I think it'd be fun if you took gloves out of the equation for one inning, so the offense could pick any inning where the defense is just no gloves. 9 fielders, just no gloves. Or on the flip side, you get 1 inning to use an aluminum bat.
You know what?
Pick it-
Now,
pick
I
whatever
would
you
love
want.
that. I would love that.
I
You'd have
thought-
to put a net in front of the pitcher.
I
though.
thought about
yeah,
that.
you would because you could kill him.
Yeah.
Aaron Judge will murder somebody. You
Yeah,
can't put a
you would.
metal bat in, but like pick the player with the lowest OPS and they get to use an aluminum
Austin
bat.
Like
Hedges.
Austin
with an
Hedges.
aluminum
with
bat.
a
But it's not
aluminum
going to
bat.
matter because he strikes out. It's got to be someone who's a contact guy.
But it
like
would change
Miles
their-
Straw with a metal bat could do some damage.
We got 30 seconds, two
not
more.
get
Give
crazy.
someone in the infield a knife.
I'd watch
You
all
don't know
this
who it's gonna
stuff.
be.
Someone in the infield a
Give
knife.
somebody in the infield.
Or you have, you know how they go through 1,000 baseballs
Yeah,
in a game?
this is a good one.
One of the baseballs is just an exploding baseball. It does nothing. It's an automatic out, but you don't know when it's going to come. It could come on a random pitch in the dirt, or it could come on a bases loaded, full count swing. You hit it, it just explodes.
to Juan
Blue
Soto.
Splat, exactly, but you don't know when it's coming. One of the 1,000 balls they use is just an exploding fake ball.